1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
For probably the final time this season. Well, no, I was going to say thanks. I meant to say for finally... Oh my God. I've only had a couple of beers, I swear. For probably the final time this season, welcome back to another live stream. And good evening. I hope you are keeping well. I think this stream will probably be a little bit more relaxed than the last couple. The deadline stream wasn't too bad for me, at least, because I was kind of already knew what I was going to do. But obviously that last minute Alonso news did come in. And then obviously the watch along was crazy. I feel like I was switching between games so much. I feel like I missed all the big moments. But it was still crazy. It was still absolutely crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to start off by saying cheers. Thank you very much. It's been another good season. I'm going to be honest. I feel like I deserve this. Like it's been mad. All the COVID postponements, all those extra videos because of double game weeks and stuff. It's been crazy. So I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy it. This is just... If you've not been on one of these streams before at the end of the season, there's nothing to talk about in terms of like next week for FPL captains or stuff like that. So it will just be proper chill. I think... Okay, I'll tell you what, right? We're going to put it to a poll. And I think I know how it's going to go. I'm putting a poll in the chat. Stuart, thank you very much for becoming a member. Probably the weirdest time to become a member at the end of the season, but I do appreciate it, honestly. Thank you very much. Kai-Sun-chan, congratulations on a top 10k finish. Thank you very much. Loved your work throughout the season. Thank you. I loved you tuning in as well. Thomas, top season. We'll be interested to hear some predictions on prices, positions for some of this season's popular players and performers. Yeah, I'm sure we'll probably get into that stuff on this stream, for sure. I think I'm going to do videos on that. But I'm happy to talk about it now, right? We can do that for sure. Okay, yes is winning 63%. Stuart, thank you very much. Honestly, thank you very much. I feel like you probably meant to put a message in there, but didn't. But thank you. Thank you, honestly. You don't need to donate anymore. I'm sure you're not thinking about that, but I'm just saying thank you very much. You remember, 10 quid. Appreciate it. Your shorts with the suit was the best pick of the day. You got to do it. By the way, I've lost the message now. Where is it? I've lost the message. Someone said to me, are you wearing your suit pants? Because obviously I'm wearing this now. That would be quite funny, but no, I'm not. I'm still wearing the shorts. Yeah, I feel like, because I know a lot of people, like, especially if you're like newish to the channel, the wall is not necessarily always the top point scorers. Like, Son's had a great season, but he's not going to go up on the wall. He's probably never going to go up on the wall unless there's like a magic moment where no one else owns him and I do. And I think Rafinha, like the story of Rafinha with my team, like selling him against Norwich, getting him back for game week 28 and he blanked, and like obviously Coutinho was the one to get, and then Rafinha got 3 returns in a row. He helped me get top 10k on the last day. I think Rafinha's got to be on. Yeah, exactly. And like, if I put Son on the wall and someone says, why'd you put him on the wall? It'd be like, because he scored 250 points. Like, that's boring. But I feel like next season, when people are asking why Rafinha's on the wall, the people in the chat that were here for this season, they'll be able to answer that question. So I think Rafinha deserves a spot, personally. I'll just bring up my team, by the way. I mean, I had a cracking week. 82 points. And according to Live FPL, FPL hasn't updated. I did see someone in the chat saying, how do you know your rank? If you go to livefpl.net and put in your ID, your FPL ID, you'll find out. And apparently I am 9976. I am in the top 10k by 24 places, which is crazy. And I think the way it happened was crazy as well, because I tweeted to say that I'm close and I needed a differential goal. And then as soon as that happened, James lost his clean sheet. Someone said Rafinha got booked, but I don't think he did. Where's yellow cards? Here. Yeah, I think he didn't get booked. Did Song get booked? Yeah, Song got booked. So James lost his clean sheet and Song got booked. So I thought, well, that's it. And then James got an assist. So that helped me. And then I was very close. And then Robertson got the goal. And that is what put me in the top 10k. Obviously, all the other points helped. But it was Robertson's goal that got me back into the top 10k. And then when Harrison scored, Rafinha lost a bonus point. So had Rafinha dropped from 2 bonus to 1, because he was on 3 and he dropped to 2. If he dropped to 1, or if I'd lost 1 more point anywhere else, like a yellow card or something like that, I wouldn't be in the top 10k now. That's how close it was. Yeah, Kulusevski on the wall. Nah, don't think so. It was a big score from Kulusevski. Maybe if he got the hat-trick. 16 is big. But I don't think it's wall worthy. I don't have that connection with Kulusevski. Timinator, thank you for a great season. I look forward to another year of asking for your advice, then ignoring it and doing what I want. Anyway, that's how it should be. At the end of the day, I'm just an idiot with a YouTube channel. I just have an opinion, and it's quite often wrong, and that is how FPL goes. Veghorst on the wall. No way. I watched the Spurs highlights, by the way. Son and Kulusevski could have definitely had more points. Yeah, I think the love story... I'm going to end the poll there. Oh, look. Rafinha, yes, wins. Well, isn't that great? He's going to have to go on the wall. Rafinha definitely has a story, but I feel the story has more to do with your actions with transferring / keeping him rather than magic moments. I still feel like the story's good, though. I think you've got to remember, like, every single week, obviously I get a lot of opinions thrown at me about my team. And every week it's the same. You've got to sell Rafinha. Why are you playing Rafinha this week? So for him to score and get 9 points. Robertson was the reason in the end that I got it. But obviously, that's just because of the order the points were scored in, right? I mean, if Robertson scores before Rafinha... I guess it does kind of play a part in the story. Like, if Robertson had scored and then Rafinha had scored the last goal, then, that would have been no dispute. I didn't do a Premier League prediction table this year, no. But I think that is important to remember with the wall. It's not really about what they do for other people. It's what they do for me. And I know that's a bit like, what's the word? Self-indulgent, maybe. But that is how the wall started, right? There's no point in me putting Lundstrom on the wall when I didn't really own him for most of the season, right? Or putting Dennis on the wall when I didn't own him. It's kind of like a wall of my FPL heroes. And also, there's no rules for why a player goes up. So I can basically make up the rules as I go. Anyway, we don't need to spend the whole stream talking about Rafinha going up on the wall, because he's going to go up on the wall, let's be honest. He's going to go up on the wall. Is Thiago injured? I'm actually not sure. Jamie won it overall. So the person who was number 1 going into today won it. And I think they won it by like 2 points or so. So the person behind... So they were 1 point ahead of number 2. Number 2 got 3 points over them, which would have put them 2 ahead. But they took a 4-point hit, so it puts them 2 behind. So they were 1 behind going into the week, and now they're 2 behind. That's how close it was. Ridiculous. Let's go. Thank you. Won 2 mini leagues, was runner-up in one, and won third place in another, all from watching you this year. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this year, guess what? We're going to do it all again next year. I've already started planning for content next season. I guess the word I would use for content next season is more. That's what I would say right now. I've also started reaching out to some people to get them on the channel as well. There's a bunch more people I want to message to. So, yeah. Loz, well, that season was flipping bonkers. Highest ever total points, lowest rank in 4 seasons. Yeah, I mean, it's because of all the double game weeks. That's why the points were higher. On a Plus discovered you can order delivery to a hospital. Loz, is your kid arrived? Has your kid arrived? Because if they have, that's ridiculous that you're on the deadline stream and now you're back again. That is crazy. I think you've come top 10 in FPL General Leagues. Wow, 3.6k overall. Very nice. I really hope there isn't a team as terrible as Norwich next year, having to plan around them all the time. I mean, there's always going to be a team you target, whether it's Norwich or not. Won my league by 1 point. Wow, that's the way to do it, isn't it? I mean, it's nice to have that. It's nice to have that gap going into the final week of like 50 points, and you know you've won. But when it comes down to it, if there's any way you'd like to win a league, it's by 1 point, and it's just satisfying. It's just satisfying. Thank you, Andy. Your second free hit helped me win my win league. Yeah, that was good. You're a gutted Liverpool fan. I mean, look, I know you have to kind of excuse the pun, but you've got to move the goalposts in terms of expectations, of course. But I think when you look back on it, Liverpool have won 2 cups and they're in the Champions League final. You've had a pretty damn good season. I know how things unfolded today was absolutely crazy, and you were very close to winning the league. But I mean, come on. You got the FA Cup, the League Cup, and you could have the Champions League as well. Things could be worse. Like, Man United fans are celebrating that we didn't have to go into the Europa Conference League. So it could definitely be worse. But I appreciate that obviously it came close, so I get why you're gutted. I fully get that. I think I'm in for the long haul. Nurse thinks we might be here for a few days. Damn, and there's no more FPL to take your mind off it either. What's your wife doing right now while you're watching my stream, by the way? Stephen Gallagher, the man who has been a member for the longest on this channel. It's like over 4 years. Absolutely mad. Thank you very much. Overrank is 1667. 16667 is my best yet. Congratulations. I think it is worth... I think one thing with ranks... I know I bang on about the top 10k, and I'm glad to be in there for sure, but obviously everyone has to have their own kind of expectations, and you shouldn't think... you're not saying this, but you've just made me think about other people. Like, I think some people kind of like worry that their rank's not as good, but if you've... Do you know what I mean? If that's your highest ever, happy days. I don't think I worded that quite how I wanted to word it, and it probably sounded really bad, but hopefully you got what I meant. Like, there'll be some people getting their first top 100k, some people getting their first top 200k. Happy days. If you learned something, you did a bit better, happy damn days. And next year, all you got to do is just hope that you get a little bit luckier. Also, the curse is broken. The Mane curse is broken. Because when Mane... to be honest, I didn't really ever seriously consider bringing Mane in. It was a little bit of a thought, but I was always kind of moving towards Son, because that was the obvious move. But when Mane scored and Son was blanking, I was thinking, surely not going for Mane is not going to cost me like a top 10 again. That'd be annoying. You came first in 7 mini leagues. Very nice. My dream is for our child to win FPL one day. Hey, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. Thoughts on another shocking performance from United? I've not watched it. It wasn't on. I haven't caught the highlights. I don't know if I really want to. I feel like for Man United, it's just right off and just see what Ten Hag can do next year. See what signings they can make, and just go from there. This is my 12th FPL season. It was by far the hardest. Delighted to get top 200. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, all the postponements for COVID, nightmare. All the double game weeks, all the blanks. And it was like there was obviously ground you could make up, but sometimes with double game weeks, you do get kind of pigeonholed into certain players. Sleeping. Fair enough. She probably deserves to sleep. Yozip, 8 months member, thank you very much. I lost the mini league because Chelsea conceded. Yeah, I didn't expect that at all. I thought the clean sheet was locked in for Chelsea, if I'm honest. Second wildcard, the decisive moment this season. Possibly. Oh, I'm kicking the cable again. Sorry. So I wildcarded in game week 26. So the thing is, I'd already gained a little bit of rank here. This was the double game week where Brighton and Man United had a double, if you remember that one. So I already went from 83 to 52k. But the game week 26 wildcard did set me up nicely. So I went up to 47k, 40, 25, 26, and then I kind of held there, and then that pushed me on. So I do stand by the fact that the game week 26 wildcard was a good move. And I still stand by the fact that a lot of people were so blinkered by triple captain Salah they didn't even consider it. Not again, and I'm not saying that triple captain Salah wasn't a good move, because for a lot of people their teams were set up really well. But I think for the second season running, doing something like, I think this season a lot more people wildcarded when I did. I think last season hardly anyone wildcarded when I went in game week 18. But I do think the last 2 seasons have gone well because of a slightly different strategy on wildcard, where we got new information. I took that in and changed my mind, basically. I wasn't stubborn about it, so I'm quite happy about that, to be honest. Can you explain why those players are up on the wall? I'm not going to go through it now, but if you go and look for any of my Q&A, so like 100,000 subscriber Q&A, 250,000 subscriber Q&A, I think I've gone through it on both of them. I don't think the leagues are updated yet. By the way, don't think so. Jesus Christ, Dan. That is ridiculous. I mean, thank you to everyone that's put a super chat in, by the way. Sorry, I'm not trying to say that one person's like different to another, but that is ridiculous, Dan. Absolutely ridiculous. You did not need to do that. Sumrit, thanks, mate. Highest ever ranked top 15k. Very nice. Congratulations. Massive congratulations. Dan, well done for the way you... I guess that's routinely deal with idiots. It's why I watch your channel every week. Yannick Balassi, 24 pointer, and winning my min league by a point would put him up on my wall. Nice. Yeah, I remember Yannick Balassi. Thank you very much, Dan. Honestly, you did not need to do that. That is crazy. Looking back on wildcard 26, triple walls wasn't exactly optimal, but that is where I would say that's hindsight. I think triple walls was optimal, because they had 2 double game weeks and they played in game week 30 and they had pretty good fixtures and they were defending. Maybe they were getting a bit lucky with the clean sheets, but they had pretty good fixtures. So I do think having Wolves was a good pick. I just don't think it worked out. And that happens. Sometimes you make a good pick and it works out really well. Sometimes you make a good pick and it doesn't. Do you think next season will be even more chaotic with a World Cup and 5 subs rule? I don't know if the 5 subs rule is going to make a big difference to how we play the game, to be honest. Because I think those that are likely to start will still continue starting. They might just have their minutes managed. I don't think we can do much about that. It might make Man City play slightly better, because if they don't play they might come on. But how many games has Pep just not made a sub? Right? I think there's 7 occasions this season maybe where no subs been made and 4 of them are Pep. So that's interesting. I don't think that's going to be that interesting for how we play the game. The World Cup is going to be very interesting. I think FPL have to give us unlimited transfers after the World Cup, and they have to decide before the season starts. They cannot wait until midway through the season and then tell us, because it will affect how we play the game. If we know that there's going to be unlimited transfers after the World Cup, we can dead end our teams before the World Cup. It also keeps people really engaged when they come back. So I think they will do that. I don't know, but I think they will. So they've got to think about that. But I think there'll be unlimited transfers. It will be chaotic, because if any teams with a lot of players from the Premier League get to the World Cup final, I'm not saying England will get there, but let's say England do get there, the likes of Foden and Grealish and Mount and Kane, they're all probably not going to be ready for Boxing Day when the next fixture is. So it is going to be messy. It's going to be messy for sure. Johnny, thank you for all the awesome content. Thank you very much. Congrats on top 10k. Thank you very much. 66k here, but an improvement on last year. Congratulations. You still needing designers for graphics? I replied to your Google form. I'm probably not. I mean, I always need graphic designers. I think I mostly got back to me. If I haven't, I'll have to try and have a look through. It depends when you filled it in, to be honest. But I thought I'd gone through it all. But I'll try and have another look. You can always email me. I'm always interested in speaking to graphics people. But for what I was thinking about getting done, I do have someone already working on that, is what I would say. But there's always more stuff to do. There's always more stuff to do, because I'm awful with graphics. Aero, sorry, I probably pronounced that wrong. Aero. I got my first top 1k finish. Wow. And won €1,000 from mini leagues. Crazy. Thanks for the great content. Hopefully Ten Hag makes us proud. Fingers crossed. Congratulations. $1,000. Wow. Can you see any changes for FPL next season? Personally, it's growing, so can't see anything. I don't think there'll be many changes, to be honest. I think its simplicity is this game. I think the one thing at some point they might change is like putting some players as forwards, like Salah. That's about it, really. Remember when you passed the deadline where you wanted to free hit? I think that was your biggest luck of the season. Yeah, possibly. But at the end of the day, maybe that did help. I mean, the first free hit I used was in game week 27. I didn't get any luck with that at all, really. But that free hit meant that I could set my wildcard up in a good way for 26, 28, 29, 30, etc. So yeah, was a bit lucky for sure. Relic returns 1 over $1,000 in mini leagues. What are all these mini leagues people are in? A best ever rank, not quite top 50k, but close. I mean, I know what people are saying on Twitter, where we should stop talking about top 10k because it's much harder to get. I still see it as a really nice milestone, because having 4 figures for your rank is just nice. Obviously 3 or 2 or 1 is better, but having 4 figures is just nice. It always has been. But I think like top 20, 30, 40, 50k, they're all still really hard ranks to get this year. So if you finish just outside, happy days. COVID wrecked my top 10k chances. Thanks for the even-handed advice. Free hit 33, wildcard 34, bench boost 36, free hit 37 was the play this season. KDB on the wall, 4 goals. If I had KDB in my team, he would be on the wall, but I didn't, so he can't be on the wall. FPL optimized for season review. I will do that, but I'm going to do a video on my season. I don't want to do it on this stream. Like, we can talk about certain elements, but I'm not going to go into great detail. This is just a chilled stream just to wrap up the season in the normal 8 PM slot. That's all. With a few beers. From Beer Company, by the way. Someone asked me what beer I was drinking. I'm drinking a bunch of different beers. This is like Brew Gooder Tropical Pale Ale. The green screen kind of messes it up. I've got Tempest Vermont Sessions. You can't see that because the thing screws it up. And Attic Brew Intuition Pale. That's from Beer Company. They sent me these for free. I'm just saying, they didn't ask me to say it on stream or anything, but they did send them to me for free. They do like they basically sent me like a box with loads of different ones. It's decent. What are the benefits of becoming a member? So you get highlighted in chat, you get the badge next to your name. I gotta be honest, I think one of the things I need to do this season is have a think about members and Patreon and how I'm gonna work it together. Because I do have Patreon, and some people over there have supported me for ages, and I do appreciate that for sure. It's just I don't know whether to run YouTube memberships alongside it or just go for one or the other. The thing is, YouTube are introducing, or they have introduced, I don't have it for my channel yet, but they're going to introduce gifted memberships. And it potentially means that I could, on certain streams, or if I hit a certain amount of points or whatever, I could just gift a few memberships, which could be cool. But I don't know. I don't quite know what to do yet. Do you prefer lager or ale? I like pale ales, but I mean, I think they generally taste better than lagers, but sometimes the lager is just nice and smooth and easy to drink, so I don't really mind. John, thanks, Andy. You hooked me with Wan-Bissaka at 4 million when at Palace and a long-time patron. John, thank you very much. See you next year. Yes, for sure. And just in case any patrons or anything are wondering. Don't panic. I'm not looking to stop it or anything like that. I'm just want to figure out how I can work it both. Because like I could start doing. I don't think I'm going to start. I'm not going to take any of the content away that I already do, but I could do like members live streams, for example. Like do a few more live streams throughout the week, as well as all the other free content. But I can't easily make that accessible for patrons as well. So it's like a bit annoying. The two don't really interact very well. So that's what I'm going to think about this season. Daniel, I calculated the world #1 average game week this season, 1,446,655. That's what I think I said that early on in the season. Like, we always make out like we need these super, super high game week ranks, but we actually don't. We just need consistency. You were 3.7k in the world, your best yet. Congratulations, that's a great rank. Yeah, new emotes would be good as well. New emotes would be good. David, top 10k. Oh, for me, yeah, congrats. What did you finish, David? I love that I scraped in. I gotta be honest, I'm really happy with my rank because I think I know it's like I said earlier on the stream. It doesn't matter, but it kind of does when you're a content creator. It just helps. It just helps. It means you take less flack basically. And I think if you look at my history now, these are my last few ranks. Like I've had some dodgy ones, like this one back in 23-14. This one in 2015-16, that was when Vardy went mental and I never owned him. But since then, these last few ranks here, and if you include the top 10k, I mean, I think that's pretty nice, especially when FPL is getting harder. And when I've got so much noise coming at me about my team. This wasn't great. This is when I got hacked. This was the season that Antonio scored 4 goals. But outside of this, in non-hacking years now, I think that's pretty good. Top 5k, just outside top 20, just outside top 10, just outside top 1, and then this year top 10. I think that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Consistent, I would say. Consistent. Olaf, thanks for the good content. Like the laid back and easygoing videos. I don't copy, but I get some inspiration. Exactly, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Laid back and easygoing, that is basically my hope for all the videos. I don't see that. I don't see me becoming less laid back anytime soon. FPL doesn't support two-factor authentication right now, but it will next season. Remember when all those hackings happened? They actually tweeted to say, or they put out an article to say, two-factor authentication is coming next season, so you will be able to do it next season. Thoughts on Brewdog 5am saying, I don't know if I've had it. Why is your FPL ID 2? Because I was the second person to create an account this year. Someone pipped me to #1. And yes, I did sit there refreshing the site when on the day we knew it was going to go live. I did that. I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, it's my job. So, and also, by the way, a lot of people don't know this. It's not going to matter most of the time. But I think it's this way around. So, obviously, points come first. If you draw on points with someone else, it comes down to transfers made. And if transfers made are the same, it then comes down to your FPL ID. So, being #2 can get you a few extra places. You're lucky to finish top 10k. I would have to go somewhere else for advice. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. I do strongly believe that for a lot... Like, there's a lot of people... Like, there will be people out there this year that didn't finish that high who I would value their advice over someone that has like just finished like super high all of a sudden or something like that. So like that's what I mean by rank doesn't really matter, right? There's lots of people on Twitter that I interact with. I've got no idea what their rank is. I don't ask for their rank before I ask them questions or discuss about FPL. I don't really care about it. But from my point of view, as someone that does YouTube, it is easier to have a better rank. It just is. When is FPL next up? I guess a month or so from now. Like end of June, start of July probably. Thanks, Andy. Game week 26 was the best thing. My team was a little bit different, but I loved the move and it lasted 4 game weeks. I finished 8,042nd. Very nice. Very nice. Congratulations. That's Borka. Mario, thanks for a great season. Won my min league and got second in my head-to-head league and got my main goal, which was beating you. Oh. So thanks for your help. I do find it does make me laugh. It does make me laugh when someone pays me money to thank me for helping them beat me. That does make me laugh. That is why we love it. That is why we love it. What's your unforgettable moment of the season? I'm trying to think, like, what players went... I feel like a lot of the time this year, when a player went big, it kind of went big for me, but a lot of people already owned them as well. I don't know, really. I mean, free hit 37 was nice, for sure. Yeah, fixtures are out on the 16th of June. Can you believe Everton and Leeds had more points last season than Man United got this season? Is that true? Is that a fact? Was my first ever season of FPL, finishing the top 100,000. Absolutely love the content. Thanks for a great time. Looking forward to next season. Yeah, again, if this is your first season, or you only join me like partway through the season or at the beginning of the season, I'll have content. I'll have a bit more content this week. I will probably switch off quite a bit, but I will have more content this week, a little bit. And then we'll probably switch off a bit till the game's out. There's a few things I want to do. Like, I did the greatest players of all time, like, on the Fantasy Football Scout channel. I might bring that to my channel. I'll see. But yeah, once FPL launches, you'll probably be bored with the amount of content that will come out, and then it'll be all next season as well. Yeah, Ben Rama was great at the start of the season. Oh, Dennis red card for the double. That was nice. Yeah, that was nice. I did enjoy that because I was worried about not owning him. Yeah, Reece James's 18 points after I kind of half predicted it on the stream was nice. Thank you for an amazing season. Boyfriend and myself enjoying a beer. Cheers. Can you make some different type of FPL videos over the summer? Like what, though? Do you think the price difference between Robber and Trent will be worth it next year? 22-point difference for the season. Probably, yeah. Probably. But again, it's hard to say until we know what the price difference is. Like, if it's $1 million, there's a conversation to be had. But I still think Trent is the better option. Mount was very disappointed today, yeah. Price predictions for next season. Members only chat. I don't... So, I'll be honest. I don't want to get into a point where I'm doing live streams with... Jesus. Where I'm doing... Someone's just messaged me. They've said... Their final rank was 764. Last season was 7k. Amazing. I don't want to do members only chats on live streams. I really don't want to do that. Like, I can think of some perks for members, but I don't want that to be a perk. I just think it takes away from what I try and do, to be honest. But I do think members only live streams could be a thing, because that would be adding something, not taking something away. If that makes sense. So, like, I would still do the deadline stream. I would still definitely do the knee-jerk stream. But we could do, like, a couple of streams that are a bit quieter during the week. Maybe. I'm just thinking out loud, basically. Thinking out loud. Are you like a school teacher now, off work till August? I mean, to be honest, like, I know you're only joking, but it is kind of like that. Like, my holidays and free time are dictated a lot by what happens with the football. But I'm not free till August. Like, once the game is out, that's me making content all the way up until August. Like, pre-season is one of the busiest times of the year. You cannot forget the people. Yeah, like I said, like, I always feel like I say something, then people like reply as if I've said something different. Like I said, I'm not looking to do members only, members chat. I literally just said that. I'm not doing members chat, and the first comment is no members only. I literally just said not doing that. So don't start panicking. There's no members only chat now. There won't be no members only chat next season either. Fantasy cricket? No, I don't think so. Yes, World Cup fantasy content will definitely happen. Mostly because I was pleasantly surprised about how well the Euro content went last year. Sorry. So yeah, it'll be happening. Got tired of losing my mini leagues for years. Followed you in August and got on the exact same points, not doing the same moves, beating everyone I personally know and winning all my mini leagues. Thank you. Sapper Football, congratulations. Happy to hear it. Discord channel, yeah, maybe. I've already got Slack for Patreons, though. I do like Slack. I need to think. What's your subscriber goal at the end of next season? I don't know, really. I think I'm at the point where I do... Obviously, I want more subscribers, right? Everyone does. I think the problem with not the problem. Problem's not the right word. But obviously, you always want to grow so that you're improving. So subscribers is one way to do that. But I don't really have anything in mind. I mean, based on what happened this season, I think 400k is possible next year. I'm in two minds. Sometimes I think to myself, how can FPL keep growing at this rate? Like, it's just crazy. So is FPL going to continue to grow next year? Possibly. So if we gain the same amount of subscribers by this time next year as we've done in the last year, then we'll be on 400k, which would be mad. I mean, 500,000 is obviously the next big milestone. Let's just see how it goes. Do you know what I mean? People might switch to other channels. They might prefer other channels. Who knows? Your Euro content reminded me of playing it when I was younger, which made me play again in my first proper season. Yeah, I got to be honest, right? I fully understand people that are just like, when FPL stops, I stop. I'm not going to play another fantasy game. I just want to enjoy the Euros. I fully get that, to be honest, and I respect it. But I play like the Euros and the World Cup game totally different to how I play FPL, because there's no rank history. Because it's only a short format, in which case the kind of variance is like sometimes increased even more. Because if you don't nail it straight away, you're probably not going to win anything. And because of that, I don't like. Sometimes I watch football, like Premier League games, and I am thinking about my FPL players. I am hoping my FPL players score and stuff like that. I don't watch, like when I play World Cup Fantasy, I won't also be thinking like that. It's hard to explain. I don't know why that is, but I guess because this is my job as well. So that's what I like playing it. It doesn't feel like an extra chore. For some people it does, but for me it just doesn't. Should make an Instagram account and post and promote yourself in there. So I do have an Instagram account. And people on Instagram won't want me to say it because I always say I'm going to do more. But I do have plans for Instagram next year. I do, and I've got like 18,500 followers, so I do already have an account. But I don't post regularly. That will change. It not might change. It will change. I promise you. I also like the World Cup and the Euro fantasy games because you get to like change captain and like you get different players to pick from. It's just a more interesting. So it's not more interesting actually, but because it's a short time, it's something different. So it's just a little bit more of an interesting format for a short period of time, which is why I like it. Chespin, any early predictions for budget heroes next year? Every Forest fan knows Keenan Davis at 4.5 million forward next year will be overpowered. I gotta be honest, I don't really know much about the promoted team, so I have to wait till next year to do that. So we'll see. I don't really know. I don't really know off the top of my head. I'm trying to think if there's any players that are just like it's not really a budget hero, but someone like Chilwell could definitely keep their price down because of the injury, and he could be good value, but he's not a budget hero. And also, like World Cup and Euros, you get to change the captain. Like, I like the change in captain in those games, but I don't want it brought into FPL. Up in the air. Hey neighbour, thanks for everything this season. Thank you very much. Thanks to you too. My son didn't get top 10k, no. Get Neville on the stream. I'd love to get some more footballers. I really just want ones that are do play FPL. Like, it's just like I think my favorite moment for this year was having Ben Foster on the channel. Like, it was just such a big thing to have like a literal playing Premier League player on the stream. But I think he made it because he was genuinely interested in FPL and knew what he was talking about. I mean, if you get someone on that doesn't really care about it, it's not that interesting. You remember being on this live stream last year? Happy days. You stuck around for a whole year. Fair play. Why do I feel like FPL won't be as fun next year because of the World Cup break? I don't think it'll make it not fun. It'll make it different. It'll make it different for sure. Spin-off beer channel. No, probably not. I'm gonna open another one. Video with Theo Baker. Yeah, could be possible. I've already lined up a couple of YouTubers, like non-FPL YouTubers. We'll see. We'll see. I'm really bad though. Sometimes I'm just bad for organisation because I think of all these things to do. I've made a mess of that. I think of all these things to do, and I don't organise it, and then it gets to like last minute. I'm like, I should probably just message people, and I haven't. So I'll try and get it done early. If anyone's got like Patrick Bamford's number, or Mikel Antonio would be great to get on if he plays FPL. Saka would be good. I've seen some people there saying that. Mitrovic will be a budget option. He's not budget though. I think the super chat that came in from Chespin was more like 4 million, 4.5 million heroes. I like Mitrovic will be 6.5 minimum. He could be great, but that's not. I don't think that's the kind of player we're talking about. Savanch, number 2 overall rank, who featured in your video, is playing FPL for the first time. Madness. Absolute madness. To come number 2. Hang on. Is that literally first season? I didn't even look at that. I didn't even look at their past history. Game week history. Oh my god, first season. You can't finish number 2 in your first season. What are we even doing it? What are we even doing it for? Statman Dave has been quiet. Statman Dave's a good guy. It's all just jokes. It's all just jokes. Needs to try and get on his channel next year. I think he did ask me early on this season, but I was so busy. In fact, I'll put Statman on the list to message. Any chance of Sky Fantasy content? It's unlikely, to be honest. It's just it wouldn't be that popular. I wouldn't do it on this channel for sure. It just wouldn't be that popular. And I don't think I'm that. I just don't think I'm that clued up on it either. I feel like if I'm going to play Sky, I'd like to do it without the added pressure of like creating content about it as well. Do you know what I mean? Like Planet FPL do great Sky Fantasy content. Luke and it's Niall, right? I think on Scout, they do great fantasy content. They don't need me doing it as well, honestly. Okay, only 5 players broke the 200 point mark. Can I name them? Okay, I'm not looking at the FPL site, I promise. So Son and Salah and Trent are 3. So that's 3. 2 more have hit 200 points. I feel like Harry Kane... Really? If 5 players broke 200 points? 5 players? I don't know if I can name them. I don't know if Harry Kane did enough in the end. And then I'm thinking like Bowen, maybe. Robertson or Van Dijk or Matip. Bowen. Did Bowen get 200? That's mental. Cancelo. I don't think... I may have got Cancelo in the end. Yeah, Bowen came to mind. Fair play. 200 points. It's crazy. Bowen's had a great season. I'm going to do a video on the best FPL assets this year. Now, as one of my mates on WhatsApp messaged me and said, well, you just order the players by points and there you go. That's the best players. But there's going to be different reasons why different players go like in the number 1, 2 and 3 position. It's going to be one of those things where I just make it up. Like if I think this player should be number 1 because of this reason, that's how it's going to work. I put out a bunch of tweets to get some opinions from other people as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Like Bowen, like is Salah the best midfielder this year, or has it been Son, or has it been Bowen? Like they're the questions I'm going to be answering. I don't play Son during team, no. Saksham, final rank is 4270. Very nice. Saka's been brilliant. Saka has been brilliant. There was that time when I was almost thinking about getting rid of him, and he scored against Newcastle. That was going to be the last game. I think he got injured. That was going to be his last game in my team. Yeah, I took him out in game week. I took him out in game week 20 for Son. I took him out in game week 20 for Son. I did Lacazette and Saka to Broya and Son. Not bad. Not bad. Saka has been great all season though. Like he's on 179 points. Mad. Mad. Let me, in fact, I don't know why I'm doing it off screen. Like, when we've got a perfectly good screen here. This is the midfielders. De Bruyne, nearly 200 points. De Bruyne, like, I feel like he was missing for ages. Look at this. He missed like 3 games here. Didn't start this game. Missed these 4 games. Didn't start this game either. Didn't start this game. Didn't start this game. Didn't start this game. Like, De Bruyne absolutely nailed it. 196 points. Great season for him. Mane again, like, never makes our teams because of Salah, Trent, and Robertson. He should be much cheaper than Salah next year. Maddison, by the way, on 181, beating Saka. He had a great end to the season. 13 against Southampton, 10 against Chelsea, 15 against Watford, 8 against Norwich. He got 4 goals, 3 assists in his last 4 games. Absolutely mad. Your most hated player in FPL this season, was it Smith Rowe? It was for a time, yeah. So close to a Mane haul today, should have done Son. Very close, yeah. That offside, it happens. It happens. You took the risk. That's how FPL goes. Another day you look like a genius. It was not a bad decision to go Mane. England call up for Maddison. You shouldn't ask me questions about England because I find I definitely go off on a tangent and can speak about him for ages. But I think Maddison is a bit like Bowen. Bowen has had a ridiculous season. Does Bowen deserve a shot at trying to get in the squad? Yes. Is Bowen going to start for England anytime soon? No. Is Maddison going to start for England anytime soon? Absolutely not. Like, England just have so many good players right now. Let's take away that it's coming home. Let's take away all the jokes about England not being as good as we think they are, etc. On paper, England have genuine talent in a lot of areas and a huge amount of depth. And that is why Bowen and Maddison are going to get nowhere near the team. And it's all right saying, well, Bowen at least deserves a spot in the squad. But look at the wide players. Saka, Foden, Grealish, Sterling. Like, it's just difficult. There's just so many players. And it's the same for, like, okay, there's a classic thing. Bowen should start. Ahead of who? Like, Sterling has been brilliant for England, so that's one wide spot. And then you've got Saka, Foden, Grealish. Remember, like, at the Euros, we got to the final, we only lost on penalties, and still we had everybody moaning about Grealish not playing more minutes. And yet now Bowen's going to be in the team. Where does he fit in? Where does Bowen fit in? And look, classic comments. Sterling, LMAO. Sterling basically carried us the whole Euros. So again, it's not that I don't think Bowen's a bad option, but Maddison's got no chance of getting in the England team anytime soon. No chance. I don't think. You need to do weekly points rather than the players that spike like long-term holds. Yeah, absolutely. That is why. Where is Ward-Prowse? Ward-Prowse finished on 159 points. He finished on 156 next year. He's great, but when you go to points per match, then he starts going a little bit further down the list, right? He's only on 4.4. Less than Zaha, less than Gundogan. And that is why someone like him is never going to be in my team, pretty much. Pretty much. Excuse me. Oh, I can't talk about England. It'll wind me up too much. Basically, this is where I'm a bit of a laid-back England fan to some extent. Whatever team Gareth Southgate wants to put out, I'm happy with it. If that's Grealish on the left and Bowen on the right and Sterling misses out, I'm happy with it. If that's Sterling on the left, Foden on the right and Grealish and Bowen miss out, I'm happy with it. Because you know why? England have got a hell of a lot of great players. Ward-Prowse only scores free kicks, literally. I would agree, but he literally scored a penalty this week. Do you know what? If you wanted to have Bowen in the team over Saka, I'd take it, but Saka's not even first choice. So, neither would Bowen be. How close was Spurs to third place? Chelsea really slipped up. Well, I mean, the goal difference meant that there was no way Spurs were going to finish top 3. But yeah, I mean, Chelsea, they lost a bunch of games, or they dropped points in a bunch of games they shouldn't have. Kulusevski, 99 points. Yeah, I mean, if you look at points per match, Kulusevski's on 5.5. He's only just behind Bowen. He's ahead of Mane for the season. He's ahead of Sterling. He's ahead of Mount. Kulusevski had a brilliant end to the season. Like, brilliant. He came in and he just smashed it. 14 attack and returns. Was it 14 games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, it's much more. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 14 returns in 18 games. Brilliant. His price will definitely go up next year. What more can Maddison do? I don't know. Play in an era where there's not a lot of great talented players at England for England. England have a lot of great players apart from centre-back. Maybe, but I feel like you got like Tomori, you got John Stones, Joe Gomez. I mean, the problem is Gomez is just not getting minutes, so he's not going to get in the side. But they're all good players. Like Stones and Gomez could be a decent partnership. Ben White is good. Maguire, he's never put a foot wrong for England, but yes, he has had an awful season with Man United. English players are overrated and overhyped by the media. They're not as good as they're portrayed. Yeah, look, whatever, right? I don't want to get into that. My point is there's a lot of talented players on paper for England. Maddison has been better than Mount and Foden. He deserves a shot. I think that's a bit of recency bias. I don't think that Maddison has necessarily been better than either of those players, to be honest. 11 goals, 11 assists for Mount. Foden, 9 goals, 6 assists. Bit lower, but less minutes. Probably. Actually, I don't know if he's on less minutes. 12 goals, 11 assists for Maddison. Fair enough. He has been good. I didn't realise it was quite that high. But also, they do play slightly different positions as well. At least Foden and Maddison do. After the stream, go and have a look at the goal Man United conceded to Palace. Do you know what? I'll just look at it right now. I can't put it up on stream, but I can look at it. Let's have a look. It wouldn't surprise me if it was just absolutely awful because Man United just whatever. Oh, was it that bad? Ball comes in. I'm literally trying to watch it now. Hang on. I know Zaha scores it. Oh, Zaha just bullies him off the ball. Yeah, I mean, there's not that much to see there, really. Nobody going to talk about VAR not giving Everton the penalty for blatant handball on Rodri, which won them the league. I mean, that was one instance. Are you telling me there's no other controversial instance in the whole of the league? You're telling me at no point this season did Man City get anything against them? Come on. You must be a Liverpool fan. Who is your England's first choice right back? Honestly, let's talk about FPL. Can't get into England. Especially right back conversations. Bowen 8 million next season, yeah, quite possibly. So at least 7.5, probably a little bit more. Funny how City won the league and literally nobody cares. I mean, I'm not sure that's the case, but it's a bit like if Liverpool won the league, no one else would care apart from Liverpool fans. So, like, Man City do have less fans than Liverpool worldwide, so that is probably why. Yes, you're seeing less about it. And let's be honest, it is a bit boring as well. They've won 4 of the last 5. It's domination. They're a great team, but it is a bit boring. Like, do you know what I mean? Next season, if I do a Premier League predictions video, guess who's going to be at the top? It's going to be Man City. They've got Haaland now. They probably win it again. It is boring. I meant in the build-up, Bruno's blind pass across his defence. Okay, sorry, the highlights I just watched, they don't show that much. Your microphone looks dusty. I don't think it's that bad. Maybe a bit dusty. Yeah, a little bit dusty. How long till FPL updates the mini leagues? Leagues. Oh, excuse me. Probably hours, to be honest. If you're on like UK time or anything like that, I would just check tomorrow. Oh my god, excuse me. Hang on. That's what happens when you drink beer on stream. That's why Leicester's 2015-16 season was special. Yeah, probably one of the best, if not the best ever Premier League seasons. Who's going to be in my World Cup fantasy? Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling, and Harry Maguire. That's the first 3 names on the list. Bruno and Cristiano, how much next season? I think Bruno could be down to like 9.5. I think he will come down quite a bit. And Ronaldo maybe 11.5. I don't think Ronaldo will come down that much if he's on penalties, right? How many? Like, hang on. How many points did Ronaldo finish on this year? Yeah, Ronaldo was the second highest scorer, 159. What was points per match? Yeah, 5.3, higher than Kane. Ronaldo's points per match was higher than Kane this year. Mad. That is mad. It was the same as Vardy. So I think Ronaldo will come down to like 11.5. Literally nobody cares that City won the league. You say that though, if Liverpool had won the league, would you care anymore? Would you really care anymore? Like, what would you be doing differently unless you're a Liverpool fan? What would you be doing differently right now of your life if Liverpool had won the league? What would you be saying in the chat? I'm so happy Liverpool won the league. Would you? The overall winner was Jamie. So the guy that was in number 1 going into this week, he was still number 1. Who do I think will win the World Cup? England. Why would people care if Liverpool won the league apart from Liverpool fans? Who would care? And why would they care? Does Rafinha stay with Leeds now they're safe? I think he could definitely play for a much bigger club. And I mean much bigger in terms of like playing for Champions League maybe. Playing in Europe basically. Highest points per match this season was Ben Chilwell. Yeah, Ben Chilwell was great. I mean, he wouldn't have kept that up, but he would have kept up a pretty high number. George, you're saying I would care. Are you a Liverpool fan? Because if you are, that's totally different to what I'm trying to say. I would sit here everything that's wrong with football. Yeah, maybe, but like, I still don't care if Chelsea. Like, it's not like. I get the whole money thing with City, right? I get where it's coming from and stuff like that. But I mean, Liverpool is still owned by billionaires. Like, is it that much more interesting if they win? I don't think so. You can say you're a Man United supporter because you hate anything that Liverpool successfully did. Oh, who cares? Why are people caring if Liverpool win the league over Man City unless you're a Liverpool fan? Why would Brighton fans be super happy that Liverpool have won the league? You lot I don't know what you lot are going on about, if I'm honest. Or the couple of you that are going on about it. You're telling me Leeds fans are sat there thinking, City won the league, that's annoying. If Liverpool had won it, though, I'd have a party tonight. An absolutely party. No, but there's a difference, right? I didn't want Liverpool to win the league, yes, more than City because of the quadruple. But if Liverpool had won no other cups, I couldn't care less whether it's Man City or Liverpool. Who cares? FPL Game Week has you on 9919. Yeah, there's a few different numbers going around, but live FPL is usually pretty good. So we'll see what happens. I ran a poll on my Twitter account for most favourite content creator and over 5,500 people voted. You won. Thanks. Like, it's nice, but like I've got the most followers, so I always tend to win those things. Or like if my name's on there, it happens to win. So they're not really fair, to be honest. It's not really a fair way of doing it. But thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. How does FPL make itself money? Like, FPL is a marketing tool. That's it. It's to get you to watch the Premier League. That's it. I don't stream on Twitch, no, but maybe at some point. But, I don't want to. It's like a broken record. I do want to stream at some point. I do want to do a bit more non-FPL streaming. I'm overthinking it a lot. I don't know whether to go to Twitch. I don't know whether to create another YouTube channel. If I create the YouTube channel, does that mean it has to be a niche? Whereas if you're on Twitch, it feels like you can kind of do a few different shows. These are all the things I think about. Okay, like, honestly, this is hard work, right? There's two different things. There's two different conversations going on here, okay? Number one is I don't want anyone winning the quadruple. It's not just a Liverpool thing. And like I said earlier, if you're a Liverpool fan, you shouldn't take offence at that. You should be happy that people don't want you to win stuff because it shows how great you are. Liverpool are a great team, right? I don't want Liverpool winning the quadruple. I don't want Man City winning the quadruple. I don't want Spurs winning the quadruple. I want Man United to be able to hold on to the treble thing. But on the other hand, that's one conversation. On the other hand, let's just talk about the Premier League only. Let's say that Liverpool and Man City have won no other trophies. I don't care if Man City or Liverpool win it. Why would people be more happy if Liverpool won? Who cares? They're still owned by a billionaire. They got a great team, great coach. They're a great team, but what I don't get why people would be so much happier if they won the league. What would people be doing differently? Nothing. Matthew, you're a Liverpool fan. I get it. Just leave it. Just leave it. Who do you think Man United should buy to strengthen their defence? Probably about 4 players. I know City have spent money. I get it. I don't necessarily agree with where all the money has come from. Right, all the sponsorship stuff. It's the same with PSG. But when it boils down to it, if Liverpool had won the league, would I be happier than if Man City won the league? No, absolutely not. Even if the quadruple wasn't a thing. I can only assume Matthew's arguing because he's a Liverpool fan. And he's taken offence to it because they've lost the lead today. And yet they've still got 2 cups and a Champions League to win. They're a brilliant team. Like, this Liverpool team is one of the best ever teams in the Premier League. Like, simple as that. You know they're desperate to argue when they whack out the "where did your club finish?" Yeah, I did think that. That's why I didn't answer it. I mean, anyone can go and look up the table. Everyone knows Man United are rubbish. Let's not talk about England and people not caring about City win the league. Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll shut up. Let's talk about FPL. Could Newcastle realistically push for Europe next season? I don't think so. Josip, Serbia are going to win the World Cup. No chance because England are going to win it. You get to the final. What's your best ever FPL decision? Mine was getting Payet first week of the 15-16 season. I don't know about best ever FPL decision. I mean, starting with Salah was good. Starting with Michu was good. But I feel like a lot of people did that. Matip concedes a goal, gets a yellow, gets 3 bonus for an assist. Son scores 2, gets a clean sheet and a yellow, and gets 0 bonus. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I don't really, unless it's cost you a million, I don't see the point in complaining about Son not getting bonus. Son has absolutely smashed it since game week 30. He's got a ridiculous amount of points. And let's not forget, Bentancur got 2 assists, Kane got a goal and assist, and Kulusevski got 2 goals. So it's not like Son has been beaten by players that did nothing. Okay, Matip is a bit weird. I get that. But I can only assume that he put in a lot of tackles and stuff like that. When you said about Let's Talk FPL. Yeah, exactly. I don't hate it. But I don't really like the name Let's Talk FPL. I feel like it's not great, but I can't go back on it now. Son missed 3 big chances and got booked. Yeah, true. I do think they should change that. I don't think they should be punishing players for missing big chances, to be honest with you. How much is the most you received from a super chat? About 100 quid about 10 minutes ago from Dan, which was absolutely mental. Like, if he's still here. But thank you to everyone that's put in super chats today, and for the whole season. It's been ridiculous. I don't think, like, I couldn't change it. I couldn't and won't change it because Like, how could I? It's been 5 years now. Let's Talk. Just see, it's like such a simple thing. It's like such a simple name, you know. I don't know what I would change it to be honest. The reason it's Let's Talk FPL is because I'm really bad with names. Good, yeah, fair enough. Good name. I'll take it. It works at least, right? It does what it says on the tin. We talk about FPL quite a lot. And sometimes we talk about Kiwi, sometimes we talk about shower beers, sometimes we talk about whatever. Changing graphics for next season? Probably not. I feel like I usually try and change a few things every season and try and improve a little bit. I don't know if the graphics need a lot of improvement. I mean, you could tell me differently, but I think most of my graphics are fairly good. Fairly good. So I don't know if they need a big overhaul next year. But tell me if you think I'm wrong. There's other things I want to concentrate on for next year. According to Football Scout, Let's Talk FPL is the second most viewed FPL channel. It's definitely the first, I'll tell you that. Andy Talks FPL. No, I couldn't do that. There are a few... Okay, so what I would say is the overall look of the graphics probably isn't going to change that much, but there are a few new graphics that I'm going to get done. Basically. Boring 2 months ahead. It's about a month or so, I'd say, till the game comes back out. So you've only got a month to just chill, relax, and all that good stuff. I don't have merchandise. No, maybe one day. Miles, 3k overall rank in my first proper season. Went Son over Salah in Game Week 30. Wow, massive, massive. Thanks for all the tip, boss. Thank you very much. Thank you. I don't do my own graphics now. I'm awful at graphics. Matthew, no worries, no worries. And like I said, Liverpool are a great team, right? Don't take it to heart. The league wasn't won today. You could still win the freaking Champions League. It's not been a bad season. My main point just was, I don't think most people care whether Man City or Liverpool win it. Most people are supporting teams that can never or will never win the league, at least in their lifetime. I don't think they really care if Liverpool win over Man City. That was my main point. It's funny how everyone says, thank God the season's over, then just wants it back in a week. Yeah, pretty much. Kelly, thank you very much. I'm going to assume you also wanted to put a message in and didn't put it in. How long do we go for? I feel like I need to wrap up this stream soon. I really need to pee. I've drank a lot of liquid today. I think the fact that Liverpool fans are like slightly annoyed they haven't won 4 trophies just shows you how good they are, right? I mean, they got over 90 points again. I think they finished on 90 exactly. Oh, sorry, they finished on 92. It's just mental. It's honestly mental. '13th season inside the top 75k. Decent. I get that people are bored of City winning it, but if Liverpool win it, is it that... Anyway, I don't want to get into this anymore. Look, fair enough. You want Liverpool to win it over Man City, fair enough. I respect your opinion. Thanks for your content. It's my second season doing FPL and I love it. Also over the moon that Leeds are staying in the Premier League. Thanks, Andy. Kelly, thank you very much. I'm also glad that Leeds stayed in. Look, I didn't really want Burnley to go down because I feel like they've escaped relegation and they're always the team that people think are going to go down and then don't. And they have this year. It's not like I wanted Burnley to go down, of course, but I've got a bit of a soft spot for Leeds. I think in FPL last year and this year, they've given us a lot of love. Surely over 10 million in FPL next year. Definitely, yeah. Liverpool probably will win the Champions League. Imagine that. 3 trophies. 3 trophies and you're still a little bit annoyed about the league. I mean... That's just how good they are. Man United, meanwhile, are happy that they're in the Europa League, not the Conference League. I've poured another drink. Sorry, yeah, I've taken my team off. This is my team for this week. Can't believe I didn't get a single clean sheet. I mean, obviously, I'm still happy with James and Robertson getting points, but crazy. All right, cheers. Another beer. What Leeds are giving us is a lot of goals conceded. Absolutely, yeah, that is true. That is true. As someone who hates Leeds, I was hopeful they would go down so I could start picking from 20 teams again. You can't have that sentiment in FPL. You just got to pick whoever. When is this stream ending? That's a good question. I probably should end it soon. I always say this every year. It's a bit like, you know, those conversations on movies and TV shows. You hang up, no, you hang up. I don't really want to stop it because I know once I do stop the stream, that is probably the last live stream of this season. But at some point, I've just got to go and relax on the sofa and just basically, I'm just going to drink loads of beer tonight. Just celebrate another successful season. Honestly, it has been ridiculous. I don't really know why so many people subscribe. I genuinely don't. And to be able to, like, this is my first year of full-time FPL. And so to be able to do it next year on my own channel again, it's just, what a privilege, you know? I want Forrest to come to the Premier League just for Mark Southerns. Yeah, that would be cool. And he probably would be the correspondent for Planet FPL as well. Just stream for the next month continuously. Yeah, you got to be careful though, because people won't tune in once the season's done, so you don't want to like hurt your channel that way. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I could probably sit here for the next few hours, but I also probably shouldn't. So seriously, thank you very much. Again, I'll say another cheers. I'm going to go and drink some on my sofa, enjoy it. That probably, I'm going to say probably because who knows, but that probably will be the last live stream now. This could be the last live stream, maybe until FPL relaunches or maybe until the deadline stream for Game Week 1. But there will be more videos to come. I just do less streaming. Like for anyone that hasn't watched me for a while, I tend not to do too much streaming pre-season, but I'll do a lot of it obviously during the season again. I get pissed on the stream. For the OG viewers, we did do a very, very drunk stream once, but that will never happen again. Never happen again. So yeah, thank you very much. Cheers for watching. Please do, if you haven't already, just for this once, hit that like button on the stream. Let's get to 1,000 likes right now. There's over 2,000 of you watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already as well. I'm sure most of you have, but hit it if you haven't. Thank you very much for a great season. And I'll be back as soon as FPL launches again. I'll have a few more videos this week, but most of the content now will be when FPL relaunches. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I don't have to go to the gym tomorrow, so that's proper good. And yeah, catch you soon.